58-39. So they are within 8 seconds apart of each other, and we are going off now. So once they get synced up, we will talk about the category here. This is the no out of bounds category, so very different from any percent. We will be playing through the game, going through the route, collecting ghosts, like all the necessary requirements to beat the game. So we are allowed to go. We can go fast because we have some strats and glitches to use, but we are not allowed to go out of bounds after beating the Area 1 boss, Chauncey. So this is Area 1. It's basically like the tutorial of the game. This is tutorial, and so it's kind of like considered the shortest area. And there won't be a lot of things to deal with in terms of like RNG, except for like poison mushrooms, but that's like a 1 in 10 chance of them spawning. And that can it can definitely cause a little bit of a hindrance if you can manage to avoid them without losing too much time. But getting hit by one makes you small, and you would lose 10 seconds, and you basically cannot do anything about it. So right off the bat, Radio misses a double. So that gives Mac at least a 5-second lead. But I would like to see I would be really excited to see how close this will end up being throughout the race, because their PBs are so close to each other. But unfortunately, I don't have any like prior knowledge of how well these runners do in a competition. So we'll see. I mean, anything can happen in this game. Well, coming up, we are heading into the hallways, into the Area 1 hallway to fight some portrait ghosts. They are considered like the mini bosses in this game. They have 100 HP, and each one of them has their like, you know, unique characteristics and puzzles that you have to solve to catch them. In this case, he is spooked whenever he yawns, and that gives you the chance to suck him with your vacuum. Now the interesting thing is we can actually move up against him with our backs turned, and the hitbox on the vacuum is extended behind Luigi. And here with Lydia, she is spooked when you pull the curtain open. That lets in a breeze from the cracked window. And you could just see outside there's Toad crying in the little balcony there. Poor Toad. Unfortunately, we don't comfort them in this run. They're pretty much just skippable. And there are some other optional things in this game that we skip because it's not part of the speedrun route. So here's Chauncey. This will be the Area 1 boss fight. So as we're fighting Chauncey, we're actually a lot of stuff that we do is intended to go fast by speeding up the attack cycles. And in some strats we will take intentional damage because we want to utilize the invincibility frames. So when we get to the first cycle, we will catch the ball and do 50 amount of about 50 HP of damage. You want to do 50 or less, because if you go over 50, then Chauncey will do a bit of a slower cycle. It's not that much slower if you it's not that much slower because it's probably like a couple seconds. It just basically means he'll do an extra attack for his second phase. And because money is not important at all, we will intentionally take damage just to lose as much as we can. When taking damage, you can only lose coins, and since we hadn't picked up any dollar bills, I don't think, or gold bars, we can get rid of the coins at least. But as far as I don't think I was paying attention, since I didn't notice if they had picked up any pearls. But if they managed to clear up any money that they collected, they would have skipped the results screen at the end of each area, saving you maybe a second. But it didn't seem like any of them had cleared out their money, so they will have to take a look at their results. But yeah, it looks like MakS has a 4 to 5 second lead right now. So overall, it's not that big deal, because right when we get into Area 2, a lot of things can happen that can change the lead for the other person. So here we are in Area 2. We will be moving through these hallways, just pointing our flashlights in the directions of spawn points where the ghosts will spawn, and that will prevent us from getting scared and losing a second. And another skipping tactic is like pulling up the Game Boy Horror, and that'll prevent Luigi getting scared, and it'll help just kind of optimize some setups for even grabbing doubles like that. So I will mention that after every key we grab, we do not get a map, because we have disabled before starting this race, we do a glitch that will disable the map. And after every key we grab, we can just move on, and that, I think, saves overall 10 seconds on the entire run. Alright, Mak getting very good doubles here. Unfortunately for Radio, he pulled off one of the Shy Guy's masks from the right side. He did not want to do that. So it's a little bit slower, just maybe lost him 2 seconds at least. And I think MakS just got early release, which is a 15-second lead over, or 10-second lead over, a 10-second time gain over Radio. So Area 2 is not treating Radio kindly at all. It's kind of like a 50-50 chance of them getting early release, but yeah, not really much you can do to manipulate that. So Mak just got a poster skip, which is not really skipping poster. You're just grabbing the poster early by putting your vacuum through the wall at a specific angle, and then it'll pull it off right through the wall. But it does save a couple seconds of having to actually pull it off when you go up to push it. So we just released all the boos, and there are 50 boos, but we only need 40 to complete the game. It's kind of a requirement for you, because if you don't get 40 boos, then King Boo, at the very end, King Boo is going to tell you, hey, there are still some of my minions around that you still need to collect. That's probably not how he would have phrased it, but yeah. And he would just send you back to the foyer. So this is basically the main RNG element of the game. Boos are hiding in just about every room. So in the route, we will backtrack to Area 1, collect 5 boos to unlock a room, and then... Oh, looks like the boo is hiding in the table, which is not the best RNG. I mean, that's basically worst RNG right there, unless he would have picked up the boo off the table, but let's see if Radio gets a better shot. If he manages to get this... Okay, he will save at least 8 seconds. Because pulling off a tablecloth after catching the boo, you will get a text skip. Or you'll skip some dialogue from EGAD. So, you know, RNG can help a runner gain some time over the other runner, but it's, you know, it would have to, like, be going downhill for Mac if he, I don't know, if he, like, doesn't get a, if he doesn't get a boo during another setup. And if Radio does, I'm being very vague about this, I realize, but yeah. Honestly, the most detriment, the worst thing that can possibly happen is if a boo escapes and goes into a hallway, because then that means he'll have to either catch him in a different room that's lit, or that's, like, you know, part of the route, or he will have to come back after reloading the game. Alright, so we're getting into the washroom now. Or I guess this is the bathroom, and Toad was in there the whole time. He accidentally dropped the key in the toilet, but we'll just go ahead and pick that up. And we'll be heading into Clairvoyant's room, into the fortune teller, and then heading into the big mirror room. This is like the wide mirror room. Because, like, yeah, every room, or like any room that's like super horizontal is just super wide. It's funny. Alright, so these ghosts have every normal ghost, and I guess portrait ghost, has a set spawn location, so we can pretty much you know, have a setup ready to get doubles or triples and just go fast. Alright, good RNG by Max. He wants to grab this boo before collecting this this fire elemental, and it looks like he gets it. Very nice. Oh, not so good RNG from Radio. Alright, very good. Oh. Oh, he didn't pick up the medallion, no! So I don't know how much time this loses exactly. I want to say it's maybe around, like, 3 seconds, but that means he cannot reset the the game. So what Mac is able to do over radio now is that he gets a he will be able to get a much better butler cycle in the hallway here. I mean, with this butler cycle, it's kind of a little bit random what radio is going to get, but if you reset the game, the cycle will reset as well, and then it'll always be in the same spot. So for him, let's see how it looks. Oh, he was just right up to the corner. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, I don't think. Alright, Max is opting to collect the hat before clearing the room. Which means he'll have to watch the... Oh, also missing a double there. I think, yeah, he'll end up watching the cutscene of the chest spawning. Or not the chest spawning, but like the chest is there. And if Radio manages to collect the hat during the cutscene, it'll skip it, and then he just has to open it, and then he'll skip it. Or then he won't have to watch the cutscene of it playing. So a little bit of dodgy area 2 from both runners. Alright, so they both are getting this glitch called a mouse hole text skip. It basically means that it's a Japanese exclusive glitch, and like I said, it allows you to skip dialogue from EGAD after catching the boo. It's about a couple seconds over English, so not that big a deal. And there's another text skip that we could possibly see in the laundry room. You pull off this towel, I guess, and oh, okay. Well, if we had better control of the boo, we would have possibly been able to get it, but it's a very tight window to get, because if for whatever item or object is like interacting with the vacuum, it will take over that priority. Like, it'll just take over the priority of the boo instead of, or it'll take over that priority of the object instead of the boo. So that usually is the reason why boos are able to escape. And like I said, it's very detrimental time loss. Also, I should probably switch to okay, hold on. Yeah. Alright. Radio could look to be getting a bit of a time save over Max, because of that RNG was pretty decent. Getting a fire refill. He wants to have fire into the kitchen here. So when you spawn a ghost, actually when you pull out your fire before spawning a ghost, that gets rid of their elemental immunity. Then you can flash them as they spawn, saving you about a couple seconds of the animation to watching them burn. So we get the water element, and he also gets pretty good RNG there. I think that's the best you can get. His radios is the same. Oh, it is the same. Nice. Meeting our good boy, Mr. Spooky. Or Spooky. So we are going to take intentional damage right here to spawn Mr. Bones. This does spawn him earlier than he is supposed to. It's just a little bit of manipulation, I guess. And then right here is when, after we defeat the crew of Mr. Bones' friends, I guess, we'll be facing Bogmire, the Area 2 boss. Very nice double setups right here. Not much else to say, but it's still a close race between these two. I just hope that both of these runners manage to get a one-cycle Bogmire. The idea is that he has really strong he has a really strong pull, so you have to maintain some control with him to get the one cycle. Otherwise, he'll break off. Oh, Max getting a gold on, I think, his Bogmire split, so that's really cool. Radio looks, yep, okay, he almost broke off of Luigi's vacuum, so that's nice. He still gets the one cycle. 22-14 fade out, I think that was. So I think Max is about like 9, about 9 to 10 seconds ahead. So that's still really close for these two runners. So after every area, we are offloading our ghosts onto this machine called the Ghost Portrificationizer. So you just get to see the whole process, smashing them, electrifying them, and then pressing them into portraits. And you can actually do this in reverse by taking them out of portraits. It's it's very painful, but at least puts you back into like a normal state of mind. Maybe. You might experience some trauma afterwards. Alright, Area 3 now. We are going into the well here to find out that our brother has been missing, and he's been put into a portrait. Yeah, these runners are about 10 seconds apart. So this is still very much anybody's game. Now imagine if we were able to just slip right through that lion's mouth, we could beat this game in under 25 minutes. Or probably like... Actually, no. Probably around like 27 minutes. Oh. And here's Mario's letter in the birdhouse. Alright, radio. I didn't pay attention to Max, but I assumed he got stumble skip, and he also gets stumble skip. Nice, so doesn't lose a second. All right, here's a neat little trick that we can do with the water. Shoot it through this ceiling, and it just puts the fire out from underneath, because that's how far the hitbox, I guess, extends. Oh, a little bit of trouble here, but there is a setup to do a tech skip in this room with the Boo, but I don't think these runners are going to be going for that. It honestly, like, unless if done optimally, I don't think it really saves you that much time. And good RNG. He was, I think he might have been in the chair behind Luigi or in front of Luigi, but he switched into the ice bucket. And for radio, I think, yeah, it's on left side. But that's still a really good read, considering, like, oh god, well, that did not help in his favor. I mean, he can get him in Nana's room, but that is just unfortunate. You hate to see it. Vacuum just sucks onto the tablecloth, and that's how a Boo gets away. Alright, solid first try with the Boo in Nana's room. He can, like, you would think, like most of the time he'll spawn on the right side because there's more objects for him to hide in over there, but the fact that he was on left side, that was, yeah, it would have been really bad RNG if it was the other way around. Now let's see, Radio, does he get the same RNG? Oh, very much so. That's crazy. Their RNG has been pretty similar to each other. But he still has to get Ice Room, Boo, because he escaped. Oh, yeah. Also, that's a neat trick. You can actually catch the Boo before he reveals himself, because he has no HP. Oh, well, okay. Max loses the double there. Unfortunately. Alright, playing it safe. There is a method to get triple, but that strat only saves about like half a second over going the single and double setup. Alright, depending on how this ends for Radio, he could gain some seconds. Okay, so the Boo is hiding in the candles, which is... Or... He should be, yeah, left side or right side, I think, yeah. Oh, he was hiding in the candles. That's not very good. It's hard to read the radar if the Boo is hiding in the candles. Alright, he gets... I think that's gonna work. Okay, just barely on the edge. Gets the moonshot first try. So I don't know how far, like, behind on their times. I don't know how far behind they are on their PBs, but so far, how it's been consistently, like, you know, within 10 seconds of each other. This is still really close. Alright, so after collecting the star, we will head into the projector room. At this point, we are collecting all of Mario's lost items, because that's part of the route, and that'll help us to well, we just send them to Clairvoya, the fortune teller, and she'll basically explain what's been going on and why Mario went missing. So as again, we know where all the spawn points for these ghosts are, so we can go and set them up to get doubles, and then the next one will be a triple. Very nice. Alright, is Max gonna go for a save warp? Well, I think he might. Yeah, he might go for the save warp here, but completely up to him. I don't know. It's honestly probably saves like maybe a second over just going with the mirror warp. And Radio did not get the triple, so he has to wait a couple seconds for the ghost to respawn. And we'll have to see what he plans on doing. He may just go for mirror warp because he has fire. But he also may decide to do the mirror warp too. So I guess Pablo would be really proud. Yep, they both go for the mirror warp, or the save warp, so that means they do have to get a fire refill in I think this is called the study room. But here in the twins room, we get to meet Henry and Orville, who are actually a bit of a American history here. References to Henry Ford, which is Henry in the blue, and Orville is a reference to Orville Wright, one of the Wright brothers that invented the plane. So far, not good RNG from the looks of it. Alright. Yeah. It was honestly not that great. Going for the speedy spirit right there. Not very good RNG from Radio either. Yeah, that was not good at all. And he's doing the same. Aw, no, he didn't decide to collect him. Oh no, Max leaving the room because the hitbox on the door just extends kind of where the wall is, but he was wanting to go for the target there. Oh, and he lets the boo escape. This area 3 is wacky. Also, that boo was in a really bad spot for Radio. He just went behind the bunk bed there. And that just kind of forced the vacuum to, it couldn't really target the boo, because it's a solid object. Jesus, that was really nutty. And he gets Van Gore text, which is losing him even more time. Because Van Gore text is basically like the longest text box that ECAD says is like talking about Van Gore and how he's basically the one responsible for creating all of the ghosts, like the normal ones. So yeah, each time I think that's like a 8 or 10 second time loss. Alright. And this is get the text skip there, and then we'll head to the fortune teller, spend about a minute and a half of just talking to her as we are handing off our items, each of our items. So depending on if Radio has better mashing, he can save at least a couple seconds. So I would try to emulate the experience of what is like playing at this part of the game. But Discord is not picking it up. So I apologize. I will try to do that best I can. Because there's really not much going on at this point. Just text, just mashing through text. But Fangor is probably the most friendly ghost, because she does not fight you when you're just sucking her up. So the method of catching her is a little bit different. We just rotate our control sticks to do fast and optimal damage. Oh, that's okay. The Boo just ended up switching at the last second when he was about to open up the the drawer there. Alright, well, he gets instant good RNG, at least. Now, okay, well, I was gonna say, the Boo can run into this mirror room, which is what ended up happening. So he has to, like, go through more time just opening these doors. Yeah, for Radio, it just seems like he's losing more and more time over Max. We still have one more area to go in the game. Okay, yep. So just like we did with the kitchen, we can shoot the ice. It'll spawn them without their immunity to the element, and so that means you get to flash them when they spawn. And you get to also do this double setup here. Very nice, no complications. Now usually, it could still end up being the case where the Boo is hiding on the chair to the right. So ultimately, we will try to finish the setup, or finish catching a ghost on the right side, but it doesn't seem like RNG is going to be within their favor there. Oh, he could still be hiding in the boxes, which he was, so that was a good read right there. And with ice, we get to freeze a Boo in place for a few seconds, so then we can grab the key. So sometimes, most of the time, runners will pause and change their controls to sidestep mode. It doesn't really do anything for this boss fight, but it's for what comes after. Is in Area 4 is the blackout sequence. In sidestep mode, your Luigi's angle is fixed, so whenever you move, he will always be facing in one direction, and that means you have like manual control of Luigi's angle. Okay, there's the ice. So for this fight, depending on how this goes, We're gonna try and collect all the boos on the first cycle, and it looks like Max is gonna get the first the one cycle here. He just needs to face away from this boo to charge at him. He needs to like just yeah. There we go. He gets a 14, I think, boo losses. Alright, so on radio side, I think there was a straggler on the right side. So a boo was stuck on the statue, and so he has to walk all the way to the other side of the stage to get that last boo. I think that still ended up saving him maybe a second, but they're still like pretty. Yeah, I mean, it's still within at least 10 seconds or less. And Max said he's going for breaker boost, so let's see if he can pull it off. That would be honestly really exciting. It's not the safest thing to do, but you know, if his decision is to try to maintain his lead, then I don't see why not. However, if he fails to get it, that means he has to clear a room, potentially clear a room, and go get him as like the backup or something. Alright, 39. Alright, so it's about 3 to 4 seconds now. It's actually a lot closer than I thought it was, because like radio did have to spend some time to get the last boo. But I didn't think he saved that much time over Max, so. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be the last area of the game. We are just about 16 to about 16 or so minutes from beating the game. So here we are starting out the blackout sequence. What's interesting is that this mansion is actually, you're being sent to a different mansion for a couple of reasons, like the basement, which is breaker room, was unlocked in the normal mansion, but in the blackout it's locked, and we have to go find Uncle Grimly to get the key to unlock it. Yeah, so we do a couple of things with the fire during when we go into lit rooms, or no, when we go into dark rooms, he'll take a second to pull out his vacuum. So we use the fire to skip to speed up the animation of him pulling out his vacuum, or his well, it's actually a flashlight skip, so it skips having him pulling out the flashlight after entering a room, and then during like the vacuum skip strat, we skip a second, or we save a second of having to pull up the vacuum to like suck things up. It's just very small text to save time. So yeah, they both had really good Grimleys, but Radio had the Instagrim, so he saved like a second. So he did say he was going. Max said he was going for a breaker boo. So we'll see if he can get the 1 cycle. Also, this boo needs to come out. Oh, and he bonks into him. Alright, radio. I'm going to swap over his audio because he's a little bit ahead right now. Yeah, so this is so the boos in this area have a lot more HP. This one was just 100, but other boos in the 3rd floor and basement, they'll have 150 to 300 HP. We skip some of the boos with larger health, but we try to, go for the ones with 150 because those are the ones that we can get a 1 cycle with. Yeah, like the most amount of damage that we can do with the R pumping strat is 150 HP or so, depending on how you use it. And for R pumping, it's like we hold L and R and then release R and press down on it again immediately after every 10 or so HP. And we only get like 15 of those R pumps because each R pump stun locks the boo in place for 10 HP. And if you run out of those stun locks, then the boo will automatically run away. And sometimes under certain circumstances, we can lose a couple of stun locks because the boo double cackled. And the reason he double cackles is because Luigi's vacuum is too far away or the boo is too high above Luigi. Oh, missing the single there. It's shot in the face. But yeah, we're gonna try to utilize every R pump to try to effectively stun lock the boo and getting a 1 cycle. Alright, radio is going for the normal burn every Shy Guy strat instead of the Boston burn. Alright, this is a setup for getting a double here. You do have to kind of be careful. You can despawn a ghost if they, I guess if they aren't actively trying to punch you. Because they will despawn if they haven't caught up to you. Also, that was a really swag moment for Radio. He actually got the stumble skip when coming down from that chimney. Oh, and also getting the stumble skip max as well. That was a bit different because he pulled up the Game Boy Horror when he fell. So I have to ask him if that's actually a more consistent way of doing the scare skip or the stumble skip there. Armory room, so we have a strat at the very end that we go to get a triple setup. Let's see if he can, Radio can pull it off. He'll go for the double because he unfortunately interacted with the wrong statue. Max is going to, looks to be getting the triple here. Also, Radio getting good RNG from the looks of it. Alright, so if he can manage his arm pumps and not get the boo to go any higher. Uh-oh. And there we go. We got the 1 cycle. So yeah, he can do like 20 HP in that 1 R pump. He has to like manually stay within range of the boo before he ends up escaping. Alright, so because Max is going for the breaker boo, he has to mirror warp downstairs, and he has to clear the pipe room. So the pipe room is the room across from breaker in this hallway here. So normally this would be actually a room we don't clear. It's a room we can actually go to this valve and it'll reveal the key to us so we can grab it and just leave. But in this case, we'll get to see a triple setup. And hopefully, first, for good luck, we'll get the breaker boo. And there he is. Okay. He could end up going into ice room, which is not a big deal. But he gets the 2nd cycle there. Alright, this is Weston, Sir Weston, and this ghost is really tricky to get because you're on ice, and also you have icicles falling from the ceiling that can do a lot of damage, but oh, that was so clean of a suck-up right there. And we're clearing up the pearls so we can get this 1 cycle easier. Or at least hope so. Okay, yep, the boo escaped because he was too high. Alright, so yeah, Radio is save warping here. He's going to be leaving first, but Max is going to have 40 boos leaving. So I guess that kind of means he's in the lead, because once he faces Van Gore, he does not have to collect the boo. I don't know exactly how much of a difference in time they are currently, because of like the different routes that these runners are taking. But I will switch if Max ends up coming up ahead into King Boo. Alright, since we're at Van Gore, I have to do my Van Gore impression. It is you, no? You interfere with my afterlife's work! He's like the only ghost that gets like any sort of dialogue that you can read. Filthy swine, you blind to see the life I give my Craystones! Then very well, I shall show you the mastery of my art. Oh man, oh no. Oh my goodness, that was a janky recovery. But each ghost spawns in triples out of these paintings. I am shocked that he managed to recover that. Alright, so I don't know, it's really close to tell who's in the lead right now. Uh-oh. One of them got away, so he has to go for singles. Oh man, MakS might be in the lead after clearing Van Gore, but we'll see. Grabbers are generally the harder ghosts to get triples, and sometimes even Shy Guys or the blue twirlers. Tootaloos! Voice crack right there. Alright. So, yeah, he has to collect this boo, which could end up taking around half a minute. So this is one of the boos that has 300 HP, but fortunately it is not... It's a safe boo to get for like a 2-cycle. Alright, that's doable, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is either tied up or... MakS is gonna be in the lead. Imagine if they just both pop up right at the exact same time. Oh, nope, Radio's still in the lead by a few seconds. Man. It's whoever 2-cycles, exactly. So, yeah. Three ways of beating King Boo. You get a 2-cycle, which is optimal, or the other strat is getting 3-cycling King Boo without getting like a slower 3-cycle. And by the looks of it, they each are going to get a 59. Yeah, 57-17, or no, 59-17, I think a 59-24? I didn't quite read that, but still, like, if they can 2-cycle, then holy crap. This is insanely close, especially at the very end. Like, they just maintained, like, really good level of skill throughout the whole run, just like some odd bits here and there, but they both, like, managed to keep it close this race. Alright, so we're gonna try to do 200 and, I think it's like, yeah, he has 500 health, so we're gonna try and get 250 damage on the first cycle. But, you know, that can range either between, like, that can range anywhere from, like, 230 to 260 damage or so. Oh. And we do use the R pumping technique to kind of stun lock him in place, and that was a really good first cycle. Okay, MakS gets the good cycle as well. Dude gets good damage there too. Oh man. Oh, looks like they finished without actually us seeing it. Oh. Sick. 59-12 for Radio. And a 59-22, so dang, that was 10 seconds apart. GG's from both Radio and MakS. That was a fantastic run from both of you. So, Radio, I think you might get the invite to join us for an interview, or just me. But yeah, wow, that was entertaining to watch. Looks like radio is coming in.
Yeah, what's up?
What is going on? Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was very fun to watch. I mean, it was within like, I feel like 10 seconds throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I was so scared. Like after I had such a bad early game.
Yeah, it wasn't so like, yeah, it's like you missed a double in area 1.
Yeah, and I think I missed a Shy Guy double. I can't remember. I think I did.
Yeah, but wait, yeah. And did you also get early release? I can't remember.
No, I did not.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it just unfortunately like RNG's kind of screwed you over, but you did kind of. I did think you did bring it back, because you did get the tech skip right in the.
Oh yeah, I did.
Parlor room.
Yeah, but RNG was just overall like very kind to me.
Yeah, I think it was the same. I was actually pretty close to being the same with MakS case as well, because you both got the exact same Nana RNG, and there was another spot that you had RNG in as well. I can't remember, but
I did miss T-Rumbu. It did go into Nana though.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, usually I'm not a good racer, so I'm glad I got a low 59.
Yeah. That. Yeah. Oh. No, it was just pretty exciting because, like, I think when you both got into Clairvoya, you were 3 seconds apart.
Oh wow.
Or within 5 seconds, I'd say. But yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the stream, but I watched it a little less than normal because I knew it was a close race and I just wanted to focus on gameplay.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I got mixed. So actually, what happened was like when you got to Bulasis, so you had a straggler boo on the right side, and then for MakS, his boo was not cooperating and would not, charge in for an attack. So he ended up losing a bit more time than you did.
Yeah, I was like really concerned with that boo.
Yeah.
It took a little bit longer than it normally takes, even when he's stuck behind the statue.
Right. Yeah, it was very weird. Well, despite the odds of MakS trying to go for Breaker Boo, you managed to pull on top.
Yeah, if I were like 30 seconds behind, I would go for it, but it was so close, so I didn't want to do it.
Right. That's fair. Well, now, anything else you want to say about your run?
No, nothing else except I'm happy with my run, really. A lot of mess ups in the early game, but late game was pretty good.
Yeah. I was just kind of commenting about how close your PBs were, and then like imagining that you guys came in within 10 seconds at the very end.
And look what happened.
And look what happened, exactly. So, with that, you will be facing Glitch in your next race.
I'm excited for that one. Should be another good race.
Uh-huh. Oh, man. Yeah. So, I think we'll end it off there. Thank you guys for watching, and congratulations on the win again. I don't believe that there's going to be I don't believe there's another race scheduled, because that one kind of got it just kind of got taken down because of some complications with HD. Lax having to cancel his appearance today, so we might end up rescheduling it for tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah, and also thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting too.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to them for hosting 3 matches today.
Yeah, that might just wrap it up there, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you guys for the next one.
Goodbye.